away. Deal with things on the physical plane. Time to fly your mental away. Deal with new knowledge, not no blue collar. I'm a street genius, call me hood scholar.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy AC here from Generational Wealth from Seeds to Trees. I'm here with Toya. We always talk about generational wealth. We talk about how to get it, how to maintain it, sustain it, and improve it. You know, we always talk about generational wealth being a economic status, but generational wealth consists of a lot more than that. It consists of your health as well. And we have a specialist here today that's going to actually help us be able to articulate from their experience how generational wealth will be able to translate to your families and how they use their families. Without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to one of the best massage therapists, one of the best in Charlotte, possibly the world. I'm not gonna, but without further ado, here's Latoya. Latoya, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am phenomenal, as
Awesome.
always. So let me ask you this, right?
Mm-hmm.
We here on Generational Wealth from Seeds to Trees,
Mm-hmm.
and we're talking about generational wealth as normal.
Yes.
And from your perspective, we want to know what is generational wealth to you. But before we get into that, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I own a mobile massage company here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I have a range of clients from high school athletes to professional athletes. I have a lot of business owners that are my clientele. It was not this easy in the beginning. I got laid off from my job and started my business with $57 in my pocket and a massage table. And I had my own car, so I had to make it work. And that was back in 2019. And here, 2021, I have a full schedule. I am booked all the way to the end of football season, pretty much.
Okay. That's pretty dope. So tell me this, what is generational wealth to you?
Generational wealth to me is so many things, but I'm not at the point of establishing the monetary factor of it. I'm more at the point of establishing the health part of it. So I'm more focused on generational health. And so with that, a lot of our people in our culture, the African American community or minorities in general, do not think that massage therapy is something that they can enjoy. It's more of like a luxury to them. And I kind of help to stray them away from that thought, because massage therapy actually helps with a lot of situations. So for instance, I help people that suffer from migraines. And with migraines, I have there's muscles in your back, there's muscles in your neck that contribute to migraines. So with massage therapy, a technique called cupping, where I put a suction cup on your back, it can help release that tension that causes those headaches. There's also the sciatic nerve issue that people suffer from when they have pain in their lower back and usually their right leg. And it causes a lot of numbness and tingling, especially when they're sleeping in crazy positions, because technically you're supposed to have a pillow between your knees when you're sleeping on your side. So that can aggravate your sciatic nerve. Yeah.
I never sleep with a pillow. I'm not start doing that.
And so with that, I have to focus on the whole back, not just the lower back. And I also have to focus on the legs and getting a range of motion on the glute muscle. The glute muscle, called a piriformis muscle, is what traps that nerve that causes that irritation, that pain, that numbness, the tingling sensation, and everything. So I keep taking classes to learn more about the body. I should be like a doctor by now, but
man, you sound like a doctor to me. Some of these words, I'm like, hold on, the parasucal muscle or something.
No,
you said
piriformis.
There you go, piriformis. You said trap. I'm thinking about I'm like, yeah, I'm working on my traps later, but man, okay. So what was it? Was it the fact that you only had $57 and you was at this point that you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna go into massage therapy?
No. So I always had an interest in massage, but I thought I could never afford to go to school. So at the time, they weren't offering a school that gave financial aid as an option to fund school. So paralegal was my backfall or whatever. So I went to school for paralegal, and I was a paralegal for many grooming years. But
so you dabble in law as well?
yes.
Oh, you.
But don't ask me no questions about North Carolina general statutes or is it legal to do this, that, or that, because I can't tell you. That's not something. It don't stick with you. So if you're not doing it consistently, now when I was actively doing it, I could tell you all of that. But now I have not looked at a law book in, it's been about 6-7 years now. So yeah, I can't tell you nothing about anything legal. Now I know how to notarize some documents still, and I know like if a car title is legal for me to sign or not, and a lot of those things happen, but that's another story.
Sure. That's dope. I mean, I can't even say I can do half of that stuff or even know half the words you just said. Because again, when you start talking about the body parts, I'm be like, oh, my arm, my leg. That's what I'm calling it.
Yeah.
So you have a daughter?
Yes.
Right. So how is this translating into generational wealth for her?
So right now, the good thing about being a single mom is that she has to come with me everywhere I go. That has helped her see how hard I really work to get where I want to go, because she's been there through me each stage of my life. So I've had to grow up in the same sense that she had to grow up. But in the beginning, I established a foundation for her. So when I was 24, she was roughly 3, and or she was 2 at the time, and I purchased my first house. And I made it a stable situation for her, and that was step 1. Going from there, just job hopping, just trying to find my footing, trying to get settled in, trying to keep up with everything on my own. That was a struggle, and she had to go through a lot of, no, you can't have that, no, you can't go here. And she developed like this immunity to it, to like, she doesn't even ask for stuff for Christmas now. And I kind of feel bad about that, but at the same time, it's like, just give her money. It's like, because she's good at saving. So it's kind of like establishing her mind frame to get money, save it. I didn't know about investments or getting kids into doing investments or anything like that. So she just has like a nice stack in her savings account. But now that I'm learning more about that process, I can share it with her. But once I got a full-time self-employed job, it's just my hustle, and she sees that constantly. Now, she hasn't picked up on that hustle just yet because she's still a lazy little teenager, but she's developing that sense of, you know, you have to enjoy what you do when you go to work so that it doesn't seem like work, and then you can make money based off of your value or what you think you're worth. And even though I still don't charge as much as I feel like I should be charging, I'm trying to work my way up to that. And right now she just gets to see all the things that people normally wouldn't be able to do. Like, nobody's going to no pro athlete's house. They're seeing them on TV and they'll be like, man, I wish I could meet so-and-so. She gets to go to these people's houses and sit in their houses. And she didn't realize how cool that was until she heard some people at school saying, talking about one of the athletes that I massage. And she was like, oh, I've been to his house. And they're like, what you mean you've been to his house? Like, because my mom massages him. And now it's like, okay, that's cool. So
Yeah, that's pretty dope. I mean, if I'm in high school, I'm in teenager, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm at this pro athlete house. They're like, no, you're not. Like, yes, I am. This is what they got. That's nothing. Like, it kind of exposed you to a lot.
Right.
What's the name of your business again?
Healing Hands Massage Therapy. So Hill is my last name, so I chose to use that as a part of my brand. So it's Hill and Hands, but it's Hill apostrophe in Hands. Okay. At one point I did have employees, so they were like my helping hands.
Okay.
And but then it just got to be too much, especially with me still working in the field, doing the work myself. Just trying to manage everybody else to make sure that they're where they're supposed to be and doing what they're supposed to do. I just couldn't do it. It was just too much. And I wasn't at a position where I could hire an assistant or a manager to handle all of that for me. So I just had to scale back and just focus on being a specialty company. So I specialize in sports and clinical massage. And so when you get Healing Hands, you're only getting me. And if you can't get on my schedule, then I don't know what to do.
Seems like to me like this is the person that you want. Like, if the pro athlete's on, hey, That's probably who you want. I'm just saying. That's why your schedule's so full. So, you know, dealing with all these pro athletes, right? And since we are talking about generational wealth, how does that translate into them being able to continue to do what they do? How are you helping them to build generational wealth as well, from a medical standpoint?
So my role in all of this is keeping their bodies in line so that they can continue to perform their best to keep their job. I have seen a lot of pulled muscles. I have seen a lot of knee injuries. I have seen a lot of ankle injuries, and just helping them with the recovery and the rehab after going through either surgery or being out for an injury. I've seen how great it is to, everybody thinks like surgery is the go-to for everything. It's really not, because your muscle has the ability to repair itself. It just needs some TLC, and that's what physical therapy, massage therapy, and even acupuncture and dry needling comes in hand, because those are really the things that you need to repair your muscle. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit longer, but if you allow the muscle repair itself, then there's less effects that you're going to have in the future. So like with surgery, something could have went wrong in the surgery, or something could have been sewed back wrong or whatever. And so now you're always going to have the scar, you're going to have scar tissue, and then you're going to have a fatigue somewhere in the muscle, and it's not going to fire off like it should when you're trying to perform a sport. So with massage therapy and physical therapy, that's where they focus on the firing off of the muscle to make sure that when you're ready to run, that muscle is ready to run with you, and you're not lagging behind, or you're not having a short a start off issue or whatever. So that's where I come into play, and I can teach the person, hey, I can do this today, but when you go home, I need you to ice this. I need you to elevate this. I need you to get some type of rest. I don't need you up walking around or carrying babies or whatever. You really have to rest to get this back in order so that you can get out there. I have a young guy that injured his hip, and he walked around like that for, I think, like a year or so, and his parents hired me to come there and massage him and see if I can help him out. And the first time I was kind of feeling it out, and I was like, something's not right, and but I did the job, and I took notes on it so that I could review the notes, and the next time I went back, I was like, I'm not touching him no more. I need you to take him and get an x-ray. I have to figure out what's going on. And they looked concerned, so I showed them, like, this leg is longer than this leg, which is normal because all of our postures are not perfect, and we don't get chiropractic adjustments, so our body is just going to be lopsided naturally. But his was just way different. And so they took him to the chiropractor, discovered that there was an issue there, and he had to get surgery. And so they told me, like, if it wasn't for me pointing that out to them, they would have never known, and he still would have been in pain and everything. So it kind of made me feel good that I was able to point that out, and it just lets you know how important massage therapy is, because a lot of people are like, oh, you're not a doctor, you're not important, you didn't have to go to years and years of school and college. And
well, it seemed like because of the expertise that you have, you are doing way more than, I'm not saying more, but you're along the same lines as a doctor, because again, if you're able to help somebody sustain their ability to make money for a longer point of time, then that's a plus. That's generational wealth, like you said, right there. Right. And then the fact that, like, this kid, he had a messed up hip, and I'm pretty sure he had been to doctors and they didn't identify, but you was able to catch that. That's gold right there. Oh, I mean, man. So let me see. If I want to be a massage therapist and I want to help somebody, how would I do that? Can I just get a table and go out there? I mean, I got long fingers and stuff. I can put some elbows down.
I smile because like the thought just came to my head about all of these videos on Instagram.
Yeah, I see Instagram and TikTok. I'm trying to, hey, if they can do it on TikTok.
It's not that. So there's levels to being a massage therapist, because in everybody's mind, it's like a masseuse. And a masseuse is like this sexual, physical contact that this woman just rubbing all over your body. And that is what these guys have switched around and made it like the men are now the masseuse and they're rubbing on your body. Like the legal term for what I do is massage therapy. I even wrote a poem. I can't recite it because I can't remember off the top of my head. I have to get my phone to recite it.
No, we don't want that poem. We want it now. We don't need you to recite it.
And so,
I mean, you talk about these masseuses. Now I got a picture in my head. I see these people with all white. Somebody got a towel on. People got fans and stuff.
Yeah, when you Google it and you Google masseuse and like the history of it, that's exactly what comes up. It's a woman serving a man. And so, you know, we had to get out of that stigma and had to separate it and get the respect of being a massage therapist, because we go to school, we have to learn every body system that there is in your body, because when you massage, you have to know if somebody has high blood pressure and they're not on their medication to keep their blood pressure level. Massage increases blood flow. Right. So increased blood flow means your blood pressure is going to get higher.
Is there a particular massage for that?
Not necessarily. The type of massage that I do is more of a deeper pressure, so it's going to increase your blood flow no matter what.
Well, I ask because I know when I go to a massage therapist, they always have this list. They're like Swedish massage, deep tissue massage, hot rock. So I'm like, what is the difference? Like, I want something that's going to be like you saying, help my blood flow, help my flexibility, my mobility and stuff, and make me feel better, make me be able to perform better, opposed to just, oh, it felt good while you was rubbing my back and everything, but now that's over. Now back to these stiff joints, you know.
So what you're referring to is a Swedish massage that is just the basic level massage. That's literally just increasing the blood flow to relax you and help sedate you, so to speak, because it'll help promote sleep. For people that suffer from insomnia, that is a great technique to use as a form of massage. With what I do is more clinical sports, so I'm the one that's doing like the flexibility, rotating your joints, getting deep into the muscle. There's layers of your muscle. So the ones that you see, that you know when you go to work out and you're flexing, that's your surface level muscles.
Right.
There's muscles underneath of those. I get to those muscles underneath those.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Because those are the ones that are causing you all the trouble.
So it just seems like, I guess, the Swedish massage is okay, just for if you don't know. But now, like you explained to us, like the deep muscles, that's really what we need, huh?
Everybody needs that, because most people are not going to stretch themselves. Most people are not going to recover their body after doing an intense workout. Most people don't even realize the way that their body is positioned when they're sleeping, sitting, standing is affecting everything. Most people don't realize that your feet, it can be the source of all your body pain, because your feet hold standing on them, especially people that work at like Walmart, Target, that's on their feet all day long, and they're walking around, they're moving around, or they're standing stable, they're alternating, they're shifting their weight on their feet. And so foot massage is very important, especially to athletes, and getting into the foot. And it's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable, but it's necessary. A lot of stuff that I do is very uncomfortable, and people kind of stray away from that, especially if they're not used to it. The first time they get it done, I try to ease them into it, but I be so caught up in the moment that I just go all the way. And next thing you know, my elbow gliding across them while I'm stretching them, their legs thrown across the table. So you just sitting there trying to just
whole body, getting all into it.
Yeah, I always do a full body massage. A lot of people focus on, say you come in and your back is hurting. Regular people just focus on what you came in and said, because their goal is to just get the massage done and get the next body on the table. I'm not gonna call out no franchises that force that, but you know, when a massage therapist is on their own and they really care about what they're doing, they're knowing that the back could be stemmed from their feet. It could be their calf muscles, it could be the quads, it could be the hamstrings, it could be the shoulders, it could be the neck. Everything has a factor on the back because it's connected to so many parts. And it's like the central location that holds everything. So you have to do a full body massage when somebody just comes in complaining about a back.
So in massage therapy, do you make a lot of money? Can you make a lot of money in it?
You can make whatever you want to make.
Really?
Yeah.
So, like, say per customer, how much can I make?
Whatever you want to make. So I started off doing $50 massages.
So can I go out here today after this conversation? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of thinking about it. I've thought about it before in the past. I read a couple of massage books. So can I go out here and be like, yo, I know what I'm doing. I went to YouTube University. I'm well versed. Let me go ahead and massage you. I want to charge everybody $300 massage.
You can go do that, but don't let the massage board catch you doing that, because then that's a nice little fine. Yes,
okay,
that's a nice fine right there, and then you will be restricted. You may get jail time behind it.
Okay, so I'm not gonna do that. So with your you said you bought a house from doing massages, right?
No, I bought the house prior to massage.
Okay, so with what you're making from massages, how are you setting up generational wealth outside of just the education portion that you like bring your daughter with you and she's seeing what you're doing, seeing the work that you're putting in? Is there any things you said something about investing earlier? Is there any other things that you're doing to set her up for the future?
Not actively. I'm still in the learning process of that. I am more focused on my finances and budgeting and just trying to be more mindful of how I spend my money and being more mindful of how my daughter sees me spending money.
Right.
And so that plays a factor, because you have to have a foundation on how you use the money in order for you to even try to save it. Because if you know how to make the money, the goal is to know how to save the money and then how to get the money to make more money.
So where is it that let's just say 50 years from now, what does that look like for your daughter, for your future?
At this moment, I don't really know.
What would you want it to look like?
What I want it to look like is me not working. She necessarily don't have to work, but I still want her to continue to build for generations after her. To understand that you have to do something. You have to put something in the bucket for the bucket to stay full and not just keep taking from the bucket and expect like it just
to replenish yourself.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Do you teach her any like your massage techniques? Is like you're talking about like the flexation and stretching and stuff like that? Teach her anything?
So for my own purpose, just like how I get my athletes back out there to go make some more money, if my body isn't taken care of, I can't continue to make money. This is all I have at this moment, but I do have to teach her how to do some things because I need work done to my body at times. My body gets very tense. There's a lot weighing on my shoulders. There's even energy that you receive from people that are in a bad space. You can get their energy inside of you. So I have to go through saging and stuff like that. But she's more of an artist, so it's not like she wants to carry on the massage legacy.
It's gonna change. How old is she again?
She's 11.
Yeah, it's gonna change. It's gonna change about 2 more times.
Yeah, that's what I told her. It's gonna change a couple times because it's changed so far since she's been 4. So it's changed like 3 times already. So, yeah.
Man. So let's just say, if you can go back and tell your, let's say, 17-year-old self, excuse me, your 17-year-old self, some advice, what would you tell yourself?
Stick with your original plan.
What was your original plan?
My original plan was to be a physical therapist and a psychologist. So I am still that person that everybody comes to when they're having issues because I don't take anything too sensitive or serious or whatever. I'm kind of like a neutral person. But I don't give advice either. I'm more of a listener and more of a confirmation that you're doing good, so keep going in the right way. I give positive feedback. I give affirmations. I give that type of stuff, but I don't want to do that full time. It's draining because people have issues, real issues, and I don't have that type of time to sit and listen to everybody. But had I stuck on that path, then I would have went to Central Piedmont Community College. The plan was to go there to get the core classes because it's cheaper, and then transfer to a 4-year university, which I was going to go to UNC Charlotte. The issue was I had a baby, so then that kind of threw everything off because I wasn't one of those lucky people that had a father to stick around and help me with her. So I was kind of like in survival mode from the time she was born till the time I actually went to massage school. It was just like a winging it situation day by day to make sure that I was able to cover everything I needed to cover and didn't fall short because I had nothing else to fall back on.
Right. So what have factors to your success?
Ambition, consistency, what they call the grind, because I am constantly trying to find other clients or ways to meet new clients. Joining or partnering with the gym Pure Grind Fitness has been a huge help in getting me other pro athletes. Even though outside the gym I've done pretty good at being seen on Instagram. I'm not the best with social media, so I don't know how they see me, but I'm glad they found me. And so that's pretty much all I have is just my work ethic. I've been working. My grandmother put me to work when I was 12 years old, so I've been working ever since I was 12. So that's all I know.
You know some child labor laws? Hold on.
See, I was working for my cousin. He had a car detailing business, so that's kind of like how it started. And then once I was able to get a work permit, I went and worked for a hotel.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been working for a very, very long time.
So what is, you don't, I take it that you don't want your daughter to work like that at a very long time either.
I want her to work, but I want her to do something that she enjoys doing. And even if what she enjoys doing isn't something that makes a lot of money, because you have to be, if artist is what she want to be and that's what she carries on, you know, you have to start somewhere, and it's not going to be the most money in the beginning. So right. I want her to be able to do something that she's passionate about without having to worry about if she's able to take care of the necessary things that she needs to take care of. And that's kind of like what I'm pushing most. I push that for a lot of people. You know, I had to step out on faith by default, so it wasn't an option. So it just, that's all I had. So anybody else that, I kind of take it personally when people say, oh, I built my business from the ground up, but they work a corporate job and they're working their business on the side. Yeah, you may have done that, but before you say that, you got to think about the people that had no choice. They had right. no corporate business that was funding their job or whatever, and think about the foundation and the grass that's still there, and you're just trying to figure out, okay, now I got to dig the grass up and I got to lay down the cement. That's from the ground up. If you already had the cement there and there was a structure there, you technically didn't build it from right. the ground up. So like, I take that kind of personally when people try to tell me their sob stories about their businesses, but then they're making like $75,000 at their job and right. getting insurance and benefits and all of that, and I'm like,
so they don't really have a struggle. They're pretty much already, they set up, they have a safety net, so to speak.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I think a lot of times when we don't have that safety net, and we got nowhere to go but up,
right.
that's what we have to do. It's like
you go in lion mode.
Yeah.
I gotta eat.
Yeah. So we most of our time we wind up in, like, our people wind up in survival mode, from the cradle to grave, you know, survival mode. So at what point in time do you want to, I mean, I think at this point you're already in thrive mode, because you're no longer just trying to survive, you're thriving now. And at what point do you think your daughter would be in thrive mode, where she just automatically go into thrive mode because you already set things up, or you want her to meet some struggles so she can understand how does that work?
Honestly, she's already been through the struggles. She know what the struggle look like. So at this point, I only want her mindset to be focused on thriving. Okay. Like, just taking what you have and getting it to where you want it to be, no matter what the course may bring your way, just get over it and get through it. I think that she probably won't get there till maybe high school, late high school, when she actually starts thinking like, okay, school about to be over. I'm transitioning now. She goes into college. Like during college, you're not the richest person in college. So what are you going to do while you're in college? How are you going to make money? Are you going to get a job, or you want to go in business for yourself? She has found interest in both, because right now she's in love with sweet frogs. So she thinks that working at a yogurt shop is like so cool when she gets to high school.
Get out of free yogurt.
Yeah, that's what she's thinking. So I'm like, I'm not gonna hold her back from that if that's what she wants to do. But at the same time, I still want her to think about what is something that she can do on her own, so that she's not in a position like I was when I was pulling up to my job and sitting in my car crying for 15 minutes because I didn't want to go in. I hated my job, and I don't want her to have to go through that phase.
So what is the seed that you want to plant in her that she can give to her children and grandchildren? What is the seed that you want to plant?
I guess just to get it started, to I don't even know, like just a bank account for one. She does have her own bank account, and I guess just the education of how to manage money and how to make money with the money that you have. I guess those are the two things that I can start with.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. I like the fact that you teach your daughter about like the massage so she can massage you, but it's also knowledge that she can use for herself to take care of self-care, essentially. Because that's one thing that we definitely pass over, self-care. Me personally, I know I do. When I worked out, I hate stretching. In my mind, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna work out 5 days a week, and I'm gonna go to the massage therapist on Saturday. And I went to massage therapy on Saturday, but it really wasn't, my body was still being torn down. And my body wasn't taking the generational wealth that it needed, essentially. It was getting wear and tear. Like now you start talking about it, I was like, man, I ruptured my patella tendon. And one of the things that they told me why that happened is because I didn't stretch. And that tendon is like a rubber band or something. And I mean, not stretching it, it gets stiff and then it just snaps.
Right.
So I think that's pretty dope that you're doing that. I think it's pretty dope that you have your daughter learning stuff to take care of her self-care as well as providing her that leeway, that leverage to make some choices of what she want to do. Because a lot of times we try to like, oh, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go to school. You're going to be a doctor.
Right.
And I think that's pretty dope. I really do. If there were three things that you can leave for your great grandchild, what would they be?
Now is that if I had money?
Sure.
Like a lot? Okay. Definitely a house. Not just one. Probably, I'll say at least 5.
Let's leave them in 5 houses?
Yes.
There's one person you're going to give 5 houses?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's dope.
Because you can rent out 4 and you can live in one.
Oh.
Because Airbnb is so big now, and I see it all the time. And even some people that are living in their houses are renting out rooms like at weekly rates. So I really feel like that's one way that they can keep that going. And then 2 more things. I don't know. I guess I don't even know. I guess like tuition.
Tuition?
Yes. So college is expensive, and even if we start our own business, like I had to go to school to learn massage. So there's always going to be something that you have to learn that college is going to help you get through. But another thing that college does, I'm currently in school now for sport management. So I have met so many connections and made so many networks with people that are already in the field that have been feeding me these gems to help me do what it is that I'm trying to do. So I want them to have the ability to network, but not have to pay to network. So with the college tuition, you're getting education, you're getting network, you're getting a group of like-minded people, you're getting access to do other things. You can do interning overseas now. So I do want to push like studying abroad. If I could have thought of that when I was younger, I would have done that before I had kids, and just went and just studied in like Europe somewhere, or Africa, or South America, anywhere. I would have took full advantage of that. And the third thing is probably a picture of me, so they'll know who got all of this started and who made sure that they were good. Yeah, I probably have like some European picture of myself.
Yeah, the cameraman, he can get them pictures for you.
Yeah,
for your
definitely, definitely.
But man, that's dope. Who would you say was your, I guess, somebody we would know, biggest client?
You want me name dropping up here?
Yeah, hey. We want all the sauce. We want it all. Drop names, everything.
So, I have massaged Lil Baby in 2019. I was on this app called Thumbtack, and his manager reached out to me, and she was like, her client needed a massage before his show. And I was like, okay, wasn't thinking nothing of it. And then I show up at the Tryon House Hotel, and I had to wait for like 15, 20 minutes. And then this Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van pulls up, and all these people get off, and I didn't know who nobody was. And so I'm just standing there, and then the guy at the counter comes over there, and he was like, all right, I'm about to let y'all up. And I was like, okay. So I'm right on this elevator with all these guys, like these 3 big buff dudes, and then there's 2 smaller guys, and one in the corner talking about, oh yeah, she look like she about to really mess you up, dog. And I'm just sitting there just being quiet and casual. And so we get up there, and they take us to the wrong hotel room. So then we have to go to another one. And so we finally get in the new one, and it was just different. I was like, well, what is going on here? So I just was like, whatever. I just set up. I'm here to do a job. I just set up, and I'm thinking I'm about to work on one of the bigger guys or whatever. And so the smallest dude comes in the room, and
the baby.
Little baby. Yeah, it's different.
Little baby.
Yeah.
Little baby.
And so, because I made that mistake too. And so I start massaging him, and he is like all over this table because he's so tense, like running around on the stage holding a microphone or just doing the most. Like that's pressure on your body too. Yeah. People don't realize, like, anybody that has to perform on stage night after night after night, and they're in a plane, you're uncomfortable in a plane, because I've never rode comfortably in a plane, even in first class, because I have rode first class before, and I still was uncomfortable. Planes just aren't comfortable to me. But in and out of hotel rooms, like, that wears on your body. And so I understood, and I was a little nervous because I was like, I didn't want to hurt him, but he was like, no, I need it. And I was like, okay. So I kept massaging, and I started asking questions, because I was like, so who are you?
Nosy? Being nosy?
So who are you? He laughed a little bit, and he was like, you got kids? And I was like, yeah. He was like, they probably know who I am. And I was like, I don't know, because she's kind of young. So he was like, no, I'm a rapper. I'm Lil Baby. And I was like, oh, I thought you was dark skinned. He was like, no, that's Da Baby. Da Baby is from Charlotte, and I'm from Atlanta. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he wouldn't tell me like what songs he sung or whatever. And so then when I left, I Googled him, and I was like, oh, I actually like Best Friends and songs like that. And I was like, oh, that was him. Okay. And so, yeah, that's probably like the biggest name that everybody knew early on in my career. And I was on an app and just so happened to get this person. Current day.
So you're on the app. If we want to reach you now, how will we reach you now?
Well, you go to my website. It's healinghands.com, HILLNHANDS.com. And I highly encourage booking. I do have IG. A lot of people don't book me through IG, unless it's an athlete. Like pro athletes will slide in DMs and be like, "Hey, I need a massage."
Do you have like your IG page that we can all hit you up on? Like, hey, I need this massage.
Yes, Healing Hands Massage is my IG handle, and
so I need everybody to go right now to Healing Hands Massage and follow.
Yeah, so it's HILLN Hands Massage.
I'm gonna work on it, see if we can get you a discount. I'm gonna work on it. You know, she massaging the baby and pro athletes. I don't know what much I can do. You're gonna see.
Yeah, so on my IG, I actually have videos of a lot of people that I work with. They were nice enough to do video reviews for me early on in my career and to current day. I don't have Lil Baby's video up there. I tried to keep that as discreet as possible in the beginning because I didn't know I was allowed to do that. But the further I got along, and then with the pandemic happened, I learned more stuff about what you can do to promote your business. And as long as they agree to it, then you can utilize it however you want to. And so I've been utilizing it a lot now.
Definitely you should. Definitely you should. So man, I can't even begin to tell you. We got so many gyms up here today. It's man, I'm gonna have to go get to a jewelry shop after this.
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to go pawn shop and pawn some of these gyms up here. You know what I'm talking about? My corny jokes. But anyway. So you got any final words for us? So you can tell the people, other people that might want to be massage therapists, or they might have a daughter or something, or a son that want to build generational wealth or want to be healthier so they can perform longer or whatever.
In regards to booking a massage therapist, verify your massage therapist license. Everything that you see on Instagram does not mean they're massage therapists. So you, in North Carolina,
they had a bunch of followers though. They had like 25,000 followers. They got that's a certification, right?
No.
Oh,
that's a verified blue check on Instagram.
Oh,
but for the state of North Carolina, if you are going to hire a massage therapist to come to your house, you need to go to the website bmbt.org. This website will allow you to verify your therapist's license. All you have to do is know their first and last name and verify their license. Know who's coming to your house. It's public information. Everything will be listed there. You can see whether their license has been lapsed, revoked, if it's current, when they renewed, when they need to renew. You get all that information. Or you could simply ask your therapist to show you their ID and their certificate and their license, because we get a pocket-sized copy too that we can carry around. So
I got one final question. I got one question. This just on my head right now. Have you ever been to like some client's house and the house was just dirty, just nasty?
Yeah.
You might as well put it out there. Like we want to know.
I've been
like,
to.
They got old pizza on the stove. You know, roaches over there drinking orange juice. The red's like, hey man,
I have had a client that threw me completely off. Like I got to the door and I know, like now I know she didn't mean any harm by it, but it just threw me off guard because she was my first client for that day. And I was already like not a morning person. So just get into the house and she opens the door and she's like, hi. And I was like, hey, and I'm coming. It's a really nice house. So I'm coming in and she was like, I promise I don't have roaches. And I'm like, what do I do with this information? Like now I'm like, I don't know. I'm walking in, I'm looking
That's the
around,
disclaimer.
like
They didn't have the cornflakes on the refrigerator, like the roaches coming out the box.
No, I was just so confused. But she later on was like, you know, going into people's houses, that would be her fear. So she felt like she should say that. And I was just like, ooh, that threw me so off. Like I was about to turn around.
I got one more question on top of that. So when you left, did you shake out all your stuff and make sure? You know how we do. We like,
because I
taking
keep
off
like
shoes, taking stuff off outside.
I keep recovery materials in my car. So I have a lint roller in my car for anybody that has excessive pets that shed. I have a lint roller. And then I have a lint brush for those situations where the roller don't work. So I got a lint brush. And then I have Lysol for situations where I feel like something may still be on me that came out of that house. And then I have spray because I have a lot of clients that indulge in 420. So I have spray that helps me get rid of that smell. So I physically had to ask a friend that indulges in that, how do you get rid of that smell? And so now I'm going into this store that is meant for people that enjoy cannabis, and I'm asking questions, and they're looking at me like, why are you in this store? Because you don't even know the name, you don't know, you saying the wrong words, like the police just gonna pull up and you just gonna get us all in trouble. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Like, I just need that spray to mask this smell because I can't go into my next client house smelling like this. So now I'm out in these streets like I do drugs because I'm looking for spray to hide smells and stuff. Wow. It's sad. But yeah, it's things you learn along the way.
Hiding the smell. We just gonna say. No. So I think we man, I don't even know what to say after that. Like I'm still thinking about somebody walking up to their house and they're like, oh, I don't have roaches. Why would you tell me that?
Yeah, it throws you off. It does throw you. It's
I'm
a lot of
saying,
situations I run into that throw me off that people just randomly say.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to like.
I'm shocked you didn't ask me that one question everybody asked me.
And what's that?
Going into people's houses, has anybody tried anything?
Well, see, I ain't want to ask that, but since you brought it up, so this happy ending thing. Let's talk about that. Is
Everybody,
that a thing?
like, that's the first thing, and I'll be so prepared for the question. I was like, you didn't even ask me that question.
Well, see, because I didn't want to put you on blast, but I want to know now.
Oh, you already got me name dropping, so I mean.
So, I mean, the happy ending, is that a real thing?
It is a real thing.
Have you done it?
No, I haven't done it. It is a real thing because there are places that are around that specialize in it.
Hold on, what's their names? No, I'm just playing.
And unfortunately, it is, it's not us. It's just, it's certain cultures that offer that, and it's a monetary thing because they get more clients that way. I have a friend, his brother was like, he needed a massage real bad and I wasn't available. So he was like, yo, I went to this place off Independence and I got there and they was like, do you want one or two girls? And he was like, shoot, give me two.
Independence?
Yep, and I don't know the name of it. I have to ask him, but he was like, shoot, give me two girls. And so he was like, it was a very quick massage, but then like when they finished and they were like, so do you want anything else done? And so he was like, and my uncle got my dad like that too for his birthday. He was like, he went in there, he went into the place.
You good.
He went into the place and was like, like a happy ending. He was like, what the what? And then all he could think about was to call me. He was like, you ain't out here giving happy endings, are you? Like, man, no. Lord. That's a little too much. But I have had, in school, we have to do 100 hours of clinic time. So we do free massages at the school. People come and get those $35 massages all the time. I had one guy banned from the school because he got a little excited on the table and he expected me. He actually said, he was like, I'll tip you really well if you handle it. Yeah, I'm gonna handle it. I'm about to go get this instruction real quick and I'll be right back. But personally, out in my own business in the world by myself, I have had one client that has gotten undressed in front of me after I asked him to wait until I stepped out. And he was like, oh no, I'm ready. We're all here right now. So let me go and hop on the table. And I'm just upset at this point because I didn't want to see that.
Right.
I was very disgusted. And so I didn't want to go through with the massage.
How bad you gotta look to say you disgusted by someone to get naked? Like I'm not gonna, like I say, it's like somebody's body looking like cottage cheese or something like that. Disgusted.
Yeah, exactly that. And they were fully nude. So, yeah. So, he got on the table all comfortable, snugly up in the sheets and stuff. And then he was like, I didn't mean any harm by that. You know, I'm just so used to being out of the country in Germany and in the Dominican Republic, and they don't require you to have any clothes. And so they actually want you to be nude. I said, that's not the issue, sir. The issue is you did it when I told you to wait until I step out so that you can get on the table. I wanted to give you your privacy. And he was like, oh, I don't need any privacy. Okay. So it was hard for me to continue that massage because for one, I was already disgusted. I was aggravated, and I just didn't even want to touch this person. Like, you just lose that interest in doing something, and so you just got to stop. And that's another thing. If you lose interest in massaging, you're in a bad situation. So I've worked for a few people. I've worked for 2 chiropractors. I've worked for a mobile massage company, and I've even worked for a chair massage company inside of Whole Foods. And so of those places, I just felt like...
You probably looking at me like, man, your posture is horrible, man.
I couldn't do it. It's just like, it's something within me that just, I got up in the morning, I was like, I really don't feel like going in. And I just felt like I was going to work, like I was going to work for somebody. And once I got in that mode, I was like, I don't want to work for nobody. So I have to stop doing this. And once I stopped doing that, and it's like, my schedule just got so full all of a sudden, and it's like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do now? So
since
you gotta be
full schedule, I gotta ask you this last question.
You got a lot of last questions.
I do got a lot of last questions. You know, I'm like that person that you go to church, they're like, one more offering. You know, you got the building fund, you got the door fund, you got the pastor's fund, you got the pastor's wife hat fund. You know, you got every fund, you know. So I got this one more fund, you know, this one more question, right? But this question I got to ask all my guests, right? So I know you got a full schedule. So, and we can discuss it after the fact. If you can give the viewers and listeners a discount for you to give them a massage. And you can just put the link in the put it on the podcast.
Okay.
And we'll talk about it. Well, maybe about a 9,000% discount, something like that.
Ooh.
Just playing.
I'm thinking like 10%.
We'll take it.
But
So.
I have promotions on my website. I have a buy 2 get 1 free.
Oh, really?
Yes. That's kind of like something that I push for people that aren't sure about my style of massage so that they can try it out. And if they like it, I have a membership. So the membership is heavily discounted.
Okay. So there you have it. We're going to get back with you. Thank you guys for coming and watching us for Generational Wealth from Seeds to Trees. You've been here with Toya. She's been giving us mad game on massage industry, how she's passing it down to her daughter, and the things she would leave for her grandchildren's grandchildren, and how when you go into somebody's house, if you're doing massages, make sure you have your certification. Make sure that they don't have roaches. And sometimes they'll tell you, but just make sure. Be prepared. Have your disinfectant kit in your car, which is, she said, so your brush, your lint roller, and your spray. And make sure you know the names of the different type of candidates before you go in there to look for something to cover it up. So we're gonna make sure you follow. You see the IG below. Follow on IG. Visit the page. Go ahead and book your massage. If you don't book it here, hey, you're gonna pay them hefty prices. How much you think little baby paying for his price? You can pay here, get a A1 massage, or I'm gonna tell name drop. I've been in Massage Envy. I've been in Stone in Hand.
Hand and Stone.
Hand and Stone. I felt like Stone. I felt the same way I went in as I came out. So, use your money wisely, invest in yourself, and remember, the life you live is a legacy you leave. Write that down.